Peace. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, everybody having a powerful Monday thus far. Give everybody a chance to tune on in and tap in before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Got about an hour to get what I need to get off my chest, man. So hopefully, y'all got a little time to build with the kid. How y'all holding up out here? How y'all living? How y'all feeling? It's a wonderful Monday, man. We got some important stuff to build on, man. We gotta talk about that negativity, man. We gotta talk about that negative energy and the power that comes along with that negative energy, that negative thinking, possessing those negative perceptions, and how deadly that can be for you literally. So we got some powerful things to discuss, man. You need to stop all that negative thinking. You need to stop with the negative perceptions, the negative self-image, all of that, man. You got to stop believing people when they start speaking that negativity into your life, because once you accept that reality, it becomes your reality, and it literally can kill you. It literally drains the life out of you. So we got to stop all that negativity, man. We got to stop all that nonsense. We got to stop the nonsense. When people feed us the nonsense, we got to reject it. We got to get rid of it, vomit it right out. Then when it comes to ourselves, man, we got to stop indulging or engaging in the negative self-talk. Underdrift of peace, what's going on? Airview, peace, peace. Santriez, peace. What's going on, man? I got some just real important information, man. Like a lot of people, this is common sense. A lot of people know that, thinking negatively is a bad thing, it's detrimental. But I want to show some like literal stories where like a negative perception, somebody believing in the worst, where it actually legit killed. Like, just to show y'all how scientific this literally is. Like, we're not just telling you that negative thinking is detrimental to your health. Like, we're going to show and prove, because that's what we do. We show and prove. I'm going to show and prove to y'all how deadly negative thinking is, how deadly it is to possess that negative perception. Literally, we're going to show and prove. We're going to give y'all the science, man, behind negative thinking and how your perception can literally kill you. Dizzy, what's going on with you, my brother? Andrew, peace. Kill. Master Tool, peace. Trying to get my people to stop all that negativity, man. Got to get my people to stop that, man. The negativity is destroying us out here. Honestly, that's really what's tearing us down, man. Stress and just negative perceptions and just that negative thinking, man. That's killing us. That's killing us. Before we even get to the trash foods and all that type of stuff that we eat, and it all starts with that negative mentality, man. It all starts with a thought. So those negative thoughts are killing us, man, literally. Like, those negative thoughts are what lead to us wanting to consume those negative foods, those bad foods. That stress is what leads to us wanting to consume those bad foods, man. So we got to get that stuff in order first. We got to get the mentality in order first before we tackle everything else. Master Tool, I'm glad you asked. You say, what's the book recommendation for the day? Got a book right here. Boom. I'm going to put it up to the screen. It's a book on Buddhism, man. The Buddhist teachings on social and communal harmony. I'm going to show y'all that book, man, because I study everything under the sun. Here go a book on Buddhism, man. The Buddhist teachings on social and communal harmony. This is the book for the day. It's the book recommendation for the day, man. Go grab this jewel, man. Go grab it. Book is important, man. It's a very peaceful read, man. Go ahead and grab that book and see what the Buddha's talking about when it comes to social and communal harmony, man. That's the book for the day. Grab that book, get it on Amazon, get your read on. LN, peace, what's going on? Justin, peace, what's happening? Master Tool, for sure. Most definitely starts with the mind, man. Like I said, that's the most powerful thing that you possess. And again, when they say life is what you make it, that's an actual fact. It literally is what you make it. Life is literally what you make it, man. That's an actual fact, and don't let nobody else try to convince you otherwise. That's an actual reality out here, man. Life is literally what you make it, man. So make it a positive experience. Make it a powerful experience. Make it a productive and efficient experience. So if I'm telling you right now that life is what you make it, then now you understand, and understand that you had a power to control your reality, to dictate your reality. Because again, all you have at the end of the day is your perception. That's what they tell you, man. You can't control what happens outside of you or around you, but you control your reaction or response to it, meaning you control the perception. That's all that means, man. So your perception is literally all that you have, because it's literally what you control. So again, you can't control what happens, but you control how you perceive what happens to you. And that's the power. That's the best power to have, man. So it don't matter what happened to you. It matters how you perceive it. So again, always exercise that power for the betterment, man, of oneself. Stop using that power to destroy yourself and then destroy those around you. Because again, when you destroying yourself, everything that's associated with you and affiliated with you, you're going to destroy that by default. So you got to make sure you build yourself up, and then essentially that will lead to the people around you getting inspired, like the people that's true, the people that's true to it, man, the people that actually care about you and for you and things of that nature, not the frauds that's around you, man, because again, they just gonna start hating on you. They're gonna get jealous and whatnot. So when you see that type of energy, you already know what's up. But the people that's genuine, that's in your circle, man, when you start growing and evolving, when you start building, man, they're gonna be inspired to do better. Those are the genuine people that's around you. And we already know that it ain't a lot of them. So again, once you start building, man, once you start elevating, man, you gotta pay attention to the people around you, because you're gonna have that select few. They're gonna be motivated and inspired, but then everybody else gonna be hating. So you gotta do the knowledge, man. You gotta be mindful. Tiara, peace, what's happening? Gotta be mindful. So I'm gonna give y'all about another minute or so before I share this screen, man, and we're gonna go through this article, man, where I'm gonna show and prove how one's perception literally killed him. But literally, I'm gonna literally show and prove to y'all a situation where a man's perception, he believed something that was told to him, he bought into it, and it literally killed him. To basically sum up what it is that I'm gonna read to y'all, it was a guy that was diagnosed back in the day. I think it was like the 70s or so, diagnosed with like some form of esophageal cancer, and that form of cancer was supposed to be incurable at that time, 100% death rate, things of that nature. So what happened was, doctor told him, hey, you got this esophageal cancer, it's incurable, you probably not gonna make it, this, that, and third. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. It wasn't told to him exactly like this. But the guy, I think his name was like Sam Landy, he believed what the doctor told him. Therefore, he accepted the reality that he didn't have much longer to live. And guess what? He essentially did not last too much longer after he was initially diagnosed with that form of cancer. But the crazy part is, when they did the autopsy on him, they came to the conclusion that he didn't die of cancer, he died with cancer. It wasn't enough cancer in his system to essentially kill him. They said what essentially killed him was his belief in regards to that particular cancer and it taking him out the game. So it wasn't the actual cancer that killed him. Marcel, peace, Mahogany. Oh, snaps. The queen back in the building. We ain't seen Mahogany in a minute. She back in the building. What's happening? Oh yeah, Master Two. We got to be proactive, man. We got to be proactive, not reactive. But I think we in there now, man. So we about to share this screen. Y'all follow along with this article, man. Again, we show and prove, man. We don't just talk. We show and prove. We give people the actual facts. A lot of people say this type of stuff is pseudo. A lot of people believe that you cannot heal yourself. You can't cure disease via using the power of the mind. That's false. But again, just as you can heal, you can cure yourself. Utilizing the power of the mind, you can literally kill yourself using that same power. And that's what I want to demonstrate. But again, a lot of people say that this is pseudo. You know, a lot of people that subscribe to the Western way of doing things, they say, oh, well, that's pseudo. Because again, they don't fool with the Eastern way when it comes to healing and things of that nature, man. But we know the Eastern way to be right and exact. We know the Eastern way to be more scientific than the Western way. The Western way, just they haven't caught up with the Eastern way of viewing things and seeing things and doing things, man. But we gonna show and prove, though. Let me share this screen so y'all can follow along with this article, man, so y'all can see what it is that I'm talking about, man. Give me 1 second as we share this screen and follow along with me on this article, man. Real powerful information here. Real powerful, man. So it's gonna encourage y'all, at least it should encourage y'all to stop thinking negatively, to stop with the negative perceptions. King Me, peace, what's going on? What's going on? All right, we in there. We good. We share. All right, I'm gonna read this article to y'all, man, so y'all can see how powerful it is, man. You see the topic, you see the title of it. If you fear death, you might be sealing your own fate. Actual facts here. Now, let's read this one. Everyone has heard the expression scared to death, but can the mind actually influence life and death, or at least our well-being? Medical science is asking the same question. Consider the case of Sam Landy. In 1974, Dr. Clifton Meander, a Nashville, Tennessee physician, treated him for cancer of the esophagus, considered fatal back then. Landy died a few weeks later, but an autopsy revealed that his esophagus was fine. He had a few cancerous spots on his liver and one on his lung, but not enough to kill him. 3 decades later, Meander told the Discovery Health Channel he died with cancer, but not from cancer. I thought he had cancer. He thought he had cancer. Everybody around him thought he had cancer. Did I remove hope in some way? Landy could have fallen victim to the nocebo phenomenon. Y'all heard about placebo, but this is nocebo. Coined in 1961 as sort of a nasty counterpart of the placebo phenomenon, says Robert Hahn, a senior scientist at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So again, we're going to go back. We're going to double back. My man's was diagnosed with the esophagus cancer that was considered fatal back in the day. They did the autopsy on him. His esophagus was fine. So they initially thought he died because of the cancer, but he did not die because of the cancer. He died because he believed he was going to die from the cancer, showing you how powerful the mind is, man. But let's continue on, though. Let's continue on. With a placebo, a harmless substance is given to patients in medical studies to test the efficacy of a drug. Patients normally expect a positive outcome. With the nocebo effect, people expect something bad to occur, developing symptoms after learning about painful side effects of medication. People get worse because they believe they'll get worse, says Dr. Julio Lucinio, chairman of the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at the University of Miami. It's almost like a negative self-fulfilling prophecy. There are few documented studies on the nocebo effect because it's usually hard to get any study approved that can make people sicker than they are, Lucinio says. Nocebo, after all, is Latin for I will harm, whereas placebo is Latin for I shall please. One example of the nocebo effect was extracted from the ongoing Farmington Heart Study, which began in 1948 to identify common factors that contribute to cardiovascular disease. It began with 2,873 women and 2,336 men. Women who believed they were prone to heart disease were nearly 4 times as likely to die as women with similar risk factors: high blood pressure, excessive weight, high cholesterol, who didn't believe. So the ones who did believe were 4 times as likely to die of the heart disease or the cardiovascular disease as the ones who didn't. That's crazy. Just your mere belief. Just your mere belief in it. In a classic nocebo experiment conducted in the early 1980s, volunteers were told that a mild electrical current would pass through their head. And although no electrical current was used, 2/3 of the volunteers complained of a headache after the experiment. Come on, man. No electrical current was even passed through the head, but they were told it was going to pass through their head. So the mere fact that they believed that this electrical current or this mild electrical current would pass through their head gave them a headache, just off of the mere belief that they was going to do that. Daniel Moorman, professor emeritus of anthropology at the University of Michigan, Dearborn, who is not involved in that study, will call the headaches a meaning response. One thing we can be certain of is if a person changes, it's not because of the placebo. What is it? It's because of what the placebo means. Negative connotation. Take the number 4. David Phillips, professor of sociology at the University of California at San Diego, looked at mortality rates of 200,000 Chinese and Japanese Americans and 47 million white Americans from 1973 to 1998. He found deaths from heart disease were 27% higher on the 4th day of months for people of Asian descent. There was no such pattern among white Americans. Could this have anything to do with the words for and death having similar pronunciations in Cantonese, Mandarin, and Japanese? That's crazy. The effect was quite striking. Moorman says 4 is just a number, but if a 4 is meaningful in some particular way, it's not the 4, it's the meaning of the 4. Phillips notes that most occasions that stimulate fear also disrupt medical services. For example, hurricanes cause heart rates to increase, and they disrupt ambulance travel, which leads to fatalities. When you expect bad things to happen, Licinio says, stress hormones rise, your heart beats faster, and your immune system becomes suppressed. Now, these are things we should already know. It's similar to the feeling you get if you saw a car rushing towards you. It's good in an acute situation when you need to run away to fight or flight. It's not good when you're having surgery. So is it possible to be scared to death? I think so. Licinio says, specifically if you have other diseases. For a healthy young man, it would be rare. Phillips agrees to a point. Our data are consistent with this, but you wouldn't want to bet your life on it. So let me come back here, man. Let me close that down. Let me come back here, man. Let me get back to this screen, man. Peace. What's happening to everybody that just tapped in, man? But there goes a story. Not even a story, an actual fact, something that actually transpired. That's demonstrating the power of a negative perception of you just believing the worst will happen, and then it actually comes true. See, a lot of people, they say this, but they don't have actual proof of this happening. Here goes actual proof, and they got plenty of other studies that I just read about that you can look up, that shows and proves that reality, man. So again, your thoughts literally can kill you. So again, we talk a lot about manifesting the affirmations and how those thoughts can create that positive reality. But we fail to realize how those thoughts can create that negative reality and how it's actually happening. And a lot of people don't understand too that it's a lot bigger than just thinking positively. Like you got to literally reprogram the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, I was reading in a book, Biology of Belief, and I read this in plenty of other books that deal with the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. It was basically saying how the subconscious mind, what is it? Is about 95% in control. And the conscious mind is only about 5% in control. So a lot of times we think the conscious mind has the most power. We think we need to utilize the conscious mind more when the subconscious mind has all the power. At least 95% of the power comes from the subconscious mind. Literally, the way that we move, the way that we operate, 95% of that is influenced by the subconscious mind. The part of the mind that we literally, I don't want to say don't have control over, but once we are programmed in a certain way, we literally do not have control over that part of the mind. So that's why it's important to program it. That's why I say the programming is important. You must program the subconscious mind if you want to literally change your reality. So a lot of people think that changing your reality starts on the conscious level. It doesn't. It starts on the subconscious level. If you don't reprogram the subconscious mind, you're not about to change your reality. So you can do all the positive affirmations that you want, but if you do not reprogram that subconscious mind, then we have a problem. We have a problem. We have a big problem. DJ Elmo, peace. What you say? Well, I came late. What's the name of that article? It's the hold on. If you fear death, you might be sealing your own fate. That's the name of the article. And it's also in the book, Biology of Belief, where the story was told. And I want to try to see if I can find something in this particular book, man. This book is peace, man. But I want to see if I can find something that goes along with what I was just saying in regards to the subconscious mind possessing all the power. Now, if you read the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, then they also talk about that in that particular book. Oh, my heart. Ooh, yeah, The Power of Autosuggestion. Man, what's that book? What's that book, man? I was reading. Hold on, man. You know I like to get because I ain't got that book. I ain't got that book close to me that you just mentioned, Autosuggestion, man. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find that book that I read. Let me see. What's that book called, man. It's a very good book on autosuggestion, man. Very good book. I read that book. I'm gonna give y'all the story once I find the actual book. Yeah, I think it's Self-Mastery Through Conscious Autosuggestion. I was reading Mike Tyson's autobiography, man, and that's where I came across this book, Self-Mastery Through Conscious Autosuggestion. That's a powerful book. I read that entire book. And that's when I came with the phrase, every day in every way, my life is getting better and better. In that book, that's where he told you to repeat that 20 times when you wake up, 20 times before you go to sleep. Every day in every way, my life is getting better and better. So if you hear a phrase like that, I think they got that out of that particular book, man, because this is a very old book. Very old book. And I got that from reading Mike Tyson's autobiography, man. Every day in every way, my life is getting better and better, man. 20 times in the morning, 20 times before you lay it down. And I'm telling you, every time that I do that consistently, things change, man. But that book, Self-Mastery Through Conscious Auto-Suggestion, I got that book around here somewhere, man. But that book is powerful, man. It ain't even 100 pages. And that book is a jewel. Oh, Mahogany, yeah, Think and Grow Rich. They talk about it too, but I actually read this book first. Yeah, this book was powerful, man. I was reading Mike Tyson's autobiography, and I came across, he mentioned this book. He said his trainer at that time, Cus D'Amato, that's the book he had read. And he was walking around in the mirror saying, you know, affirmations to himself, and he got it from this particular book. That's one of the ways Mike Tyson turned into a beast, man. I'm telling him, the conscious auto suggestions, man. That's funny that you mentioned that. Funny that you mentioned that. But let me see if I got this part highlighted, man, when it talked about the subconscious mind in this particular book, man. I want to give y'all a jewel in regards to how to reprogram that subconscious mind. Let me see if I got it, man. Y'all know I'll be highlighting everything, man. I'll be trying to get all Airview for sure. Even when the power of the subconscious mind talks about that. Literally, a lot of us, we think we need to try to control things on that conscious level, man. That's a mistake. Conscious mind, most of what we do and most of what we say is a result of the subconscious mind. It's literally a result of the subconscious mind, that programming, man. But I want to give y'all some powerful jewels, though, man. This book really sheds some light, man, on some things that y'all may not know that can answer a lot of questions in regards to some of the habits that you may possess. And it'll let you know that a lot of it has to do with how the subconscious mind was programmed before you got to the age of 7. That's how powerful, man. Listen, I'm telling y'all, man. Let me just find it, man. Let me just go ahead and find that joint, man, so y'all can go ahead and get these jewels, man. I just want to go find that joint, man. Let me see. I know I got it highlighted in here, but I'm gonna just go ahead and find that joint. We see. But man, this book dropping jewels, man, just talking about energy healing and all that type of good stuff, man. It's just crazy, man. I could just read this whole book to y'all and y'all be like, whoa. Let me see. This might be it. You know what? That's what the back of the book is for, man. Let me go ahead and go to the back of this book. Jay Peace, what's happening, man? What's happening? Let me see where we at. Where you go to the back of this book. That's where you go find your stuff at. All right, where we at? Subconscious mind. There it is. Battle between. There you go. All right. Let's see. Reprogramming 22 and 23, man. Bear with me as I find this information, man. All right, here we go. Bear with me now. I'm finna read y'all this, man, so y'all can get the actual facts. Y'all know I like to show and prove. Y'all know I like to show and prove. I just gotta see. I gotta see where to start from. Montel, peace, Antoinette. Peace, Queen, what's happening? Sierra, you say, here you go, right here. Biology of Belief. Please get this book. Y'all need this book. If I don't recommend it, this book is recommended. Biology of Belief. It's a powerful book, man. It's not a hard read at all. I mean, it's got some, you know what I'm saying, scientific jargon in it. So you're going to have to look up some words. But, man, this is a very valuable book. And, again, it's going to let you know a lot. It's going to let you know a lot, man. But let me see where I even want to start. I don't even know where to start from. All right, I'm going to start from here so y'all can get a little. We're going to start here. When it comes to sheer neurological processing abilities, the subconscious mind is more than 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. If the desires of the conscious mind conflict with the programs in the subconscious mind, which mind do you think will win out? You can repeat the positive affirmation that you are lovable over and over, or that your cancer tumor will shrink. But if as a child you repeatedly heard that you were worthless and sickly, Those messages programmed in your subconscious mind will undermine your best conscious efforts to change your life. Remember how quickly your last New Year's resolution to eat less food fell by the wayside as the aroma of the bacon turkey dissolved your resolve. I believe the greatest problem we face is that we think we are running our lives with the wishes, desires, and aspirations created by our conscious mind. When we struggle or fail to obtain our goals, we are generally led to conclude that we are victims of outside forces preventing us from reaching our destination. However, neuroscience has now established that the conscious mind runs the show at best only about 5% of the time. It turns out that the programs acquired by the subconscious mind shape 95% or more of our life experiences. Since subconscious programs operate without the necessity of observation or control by the conscious mind, we are completely unaware that our subconscious minds are making our everyday decisions. Our lives are essentially a printout of our subconscious programs, behaviors that were fundamentally acquired from others, our parents, family, and community, before we were 6 years old. As psychologists recognize, a majority of these developmental programs are limiting and disempowering. Listen to what we telling y'all, man. Listen to what we telling y'all. That's how powerful the subconscious mind is. That's why it's important. That's why it's important when you are an adult, when you are a parent, it is important to watch what you say around the babies. This is why a lot of us grow up to be all screwed up and we can't even pinpoint where it started from. We can't even pinpoint where it started from because a lot of our parents are speaking that negativity to us as a youngin', as a child. See, that's why it's important to watch who you surround your children with. When you send them to schools, when you put them in sports and they got these adults telling them they ain't going to amount to nothing, that may essentially become their reality or affect their reality. This right here is showing and proving that. And they may not even know why it's affecting them. This is, man, listen, come on now. Kyle, what you say? We just came in. What's the book of the day? Well, the book that I read from is Biology of Belief, but I recommended that book already. Here's the actual book for the day. The Buddhist Teachings on Social and Communal Harmony. Get that book, but Biology of Belief is what I'm focusing on, man. But I want to read some more from this book too, man, because it's a lot of powerful stuff in regards to the subconscious mind. Let me see. I don't want to read the whole entire book, man, but I want to read some more important things. Let me see. Because it's a way that they talked about programming the subconscious mind. And it was a study that they talked about in this particular book, man. And I'm trying to find that study. It was a study that they talked about in regards to how to program the subconscious mind and how you have to program the subconscious mind in a subliminal manner. A subliminal manner. Like, again, we think that in order to program things, we got to do it consciously. That may not even be the best way to program your subconscious mind. You have to program the subconscious mind in a subliminal manner, meaning it's almost not intentional. But I'm gonna try to find that. I'm gonna try to find that story, man. Not the story, but the study that they talked about in this particular book in regards to what methods work when it came to reprogramming that subconscious mind, because I feel like that's important, because I feel like a lot of us go about trying to program the subconscious mind or reprogram it the wrong way. So I want to try to find that particular story, man. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I think this may be. Let me see if that's it right here. Let me see what we got. Man, where is that? Where is that study at? Where is that study? Matt Shakir, peace. What's happening? Master Tool, most definitely. Get this book then. Oh, Mahogany. We already, man, listen. I don't share anything with anybody no more, man. If I know you're gonna be bringing that bad energy, and I keep repeating this, if I know you're gonna bring that bad energy to me, I am not sharing anything with you that's of a positive nature. I'm not sharing any goal, any aspiration, any dream, any future endeavor. Not doing it. You're gonna have to see the finished product. Point blank, period. I ain't got time for it. I do not have time for it. Let me see it, man. I'm trying to find that study though, man. It was some scientific terminology utilized in this particular study. I need to try to find that joint, man. I can't find it. Let me see. No, that's the nocebo. Let me see. So this may still be a good one right here, though. King Me, peace, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Hey, Akuma, man, keep it going. Keep it rolling. Master, hey, Master Tube, that's how you got to do it. That's exactly how you got to do it. That's exactly how you got to do that one. And I'm literally, that's crazy, man. When you did all this highlighting and you can't find the one thing that you need, boy, I can't stand it, man. I know I got this study in here somewhere highlighted. I got to find it, man, because I feel like this is important, man. So again, y'all finna bear with me because I'm about to find that joint. I'm about to find that joint, man. I forget what the actual word, though, that was used, man. But once I find it, there it is. Constructive interference. That's it. That's the word I think I was looking for. Is constructive interference of energy waves. 106, 108. Let me see something. And then this book actually, it talks about, man, this book crazy, man. It's talked about how back in the day, they considered chiropractors, like they considered that pseudoscience. So they would like, it was like illegal to be a chiropractor back in the day. So that lets you know just how wishy-washy science is, man. Back in the day, they were trying to tell you being a chiropractor, man, that's pseudoscience. Because that was, you know, when you do the knowledge to chiropractors, that's almost dealing with, if y'all know anything about like Tai Chi and the Eastern side, when they deal with meridians and Chi and the energy flow, and they deal with the spine, what people may call chakras, chiropractors is almost similar to that because they align in the spine, so they dealing with the spine. So they literally was considering that pseudoscience because, again, they wasn't prescribing people medication out here. They was just dealing strictly with the spine, realigning the spine. They didn't like that. They say, hey, man, we need to be prescribing people medication out here, you know? So that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That they was out here talking bad about being a chiropractor, man. So they was basically outlawing that, man, and they had to go to court. It said right here in 1990, this is the year I was born. In 1990, chiropractors won a lengthy court battle against the medical monopoly when the American Medical Association was found guilty of illegal attempts to destroy the profession. Listen, they were trying to destroy the profession of being a chiropractor. 1990, the chiropractors had to go to court. Had to go to court, man, to defend themselves, to defend their practice. They're chiropractor. Why? They was out here prescribing all this medication that was killing folks, but whole while they trying to outlaw being a chiropractor. That's the type of world we be living in. Oh, I'm about to be a chiropractor, therefore now it's time for you. That's outlawed. We can't have you doing that. We can't have you aligning people's spine out here. We can't have that happen. We can't have that happening at all, man. So they was trying to outlaw being a chiropractor. They was trying to outlaw that practice, and they had to go to court. They had to fight for that to be legal and to be respected out here. Being a chiropractor. Come on, man. Make that make any type of sense. Make that make any type of sense, man. But all right, so I'm trying to get back to finding what it was that I was looking for here, man. I'm trying to. Oh, Kuma, no doubt, man. No doubt. If it ain't in pill form, man, if they can inject you with it, they don't fool with it. They don't fool with it at all, man. They do not fool with it at all, man. If it ain't something they can put in pill form and prescribe to you, or if they can't inject it into you, it's a problem. It is a problem. All mahogany, man. So yeah, social media takes the cake like it used to be. Obviously, it used to be like the radio and TV and things of that nature. Now it's definitely social media and your cell phone. Social media and your cell phone. That's where all the programming takes place now. Social media and your cell phone. Social media and your cell phone, man. That's where all the programming takes place. Social media and your cell phone. We are being programmed via social media and these cell phones. That's literally what's happening. Like that's literally what we got going on right here. Social media and these cell phones, man, taking us out the game in regards to the programming, man. The programming is all bad out here, man. And that's why I have to argue with a lot of people. A lot of people say social media is not harmful. It's the people that use social media for the wrong things. I disagree with that. I feel like it's a lot deeper than just saying, oh, it's the people, it's how they choose to utilize it. No, it's literally some people out there intending to cause harm via this programming. So again, social media itself can be harmful by itself without you even getting on there intending to do harm. It literally can cause you harm because of the subliminal programming. See, when people say things like that don't cause no harm, it's the person and how they utilize it. They don't know anything about the subconscious mind. They don't know anything about subliminal programming. Eli, peace, my brother. What's happening? Appreciate you tapping in. But a lot of people who say things like that, they do not understand how the mind works. That's why I argue with a lot of people that talk about, y'all know the community. Y'all be wanting me to talk about them all the time, the LGBTQ community. And they talk about, can't nobody make your child be this, that, and the third. Can't nobody make a child be gay. Can't nobody make a child do this, that, and the third. I say, man, for y'all to be trying to be so smart, y'all sound so dumb because y'all don't know how the subconscious mind works. Y'all don't know how the programming of the subconscious mind works. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand advertisement. We're not saying anybody can make anybody do anything, but you can definitely be influenced. You can definitely be influenced. And if they repeat images to somebody enough, they show repeated images to somebody enough, then it's going to resonate. It's going to resonate deeply within the subconscious mind to where, hey, this may be okay. This may be okay. This may be okay because you keep seeing it. So again, that's resonating on a subconscious level, and the people that are pushing it in your face know and understand that. So they know what they do. They know what they doing. They know what they are doing, man. So stop playing with me, man. When y'all act like this stuff out here is harmful, when it can't cause anybody to do anything, y'all are sadly mistaken. Y'all are sadly mistaken, man. It's all programming, man. It's all programming. So y'all are sadly mistaken, man. Influence is way more powerful than anything. Influence is way more powerful than anything. For the most part, a lot of what we do revolves around someone's influence, whether it was something we read out of a book, whether it was something one of the OGs told us, whether it was something that our parents told us, whether it was something that our peers told us. A lot of us operate based off of influence. Something influenced you to, matter of fact, something influenced you to come to this stream. Something influenced me to speak how I'm speaking. So it all revolves around influence, man. So stop playing with us, man. They want to act like now all of a sudden influence goes out the gate when it comes to their agenda. Come on, man. Come on now. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. Let me see. Wait a minute. Man, look at that. I've been scrolling this whole book and I finally found it. Goodness gracious. I finally found what I was looking for. Let me see. I think this is it because I circled that joint. So I literally think this is it. Here we go, man. Bear with me. Now I'm finna read to y'all out of this book, Biology of Belief, man. So y'all can literally see it's a study out here. And they show you how positive mindset can trump some of the effects of aging. Literally. So you can literally reverse the aging process, man, just by thinking positively, man. We're going to show and prove that reality because we like to show and prove, man. So again, bear with me, man. I'm just about to read this to y'all. Bear with me, man, because y'all know I like to bring the facts. I like to bring the books. I like to bring the information. Forget all that, man. People be acting like we be sitting up here making up things. It's simply because they haven't dug deeper enough, man. They still stuck on these Western traditions, the Western way of viewing things. The world is bigger than Western society. So I'm here to tell y'all that right now. The world is bigger than that. Western society hasn't caught up to the world. And rightfully so, because they don't want to catch up to the world, because when they do, then now everybody understanding that the healing abilities is right there within. Right there within. Not in no freaking vaccine and pill. But here we go. A recent study revealed, now this recent according to this book, obviously this book wasn't published yesterday. So I think the study was around like 2014, 2013, something along those lines. But a recent study revealed that just 8 hours of mindful meditation was sufficient to significantly change vital gene functions compared to controls Meditators exhibited a range of genetic and molecular differences that included reduced levels of pro-inflammatory genes and altered levels of gene-regulating machinery. These observed changes in genetic expression are associated with faster physical recovery from stressful situations and prove that mindfulness practice can lead to health improvement through profound epigenetic alterations of the genome. Come on, man. Look at this. Look how powerful positive thinking is on a scientific level. So we ain't just making this up. We literally giving you the science as to why positive thinking is right and exact. Research suggests that a positive mindset can even trump some of the effects of aging. A number of studies have found that people who hold more positive stereotypes about aging behave differently as they age from those who hold more negative stereotypes, even when they are similar in other ways, including how healthy they are. Recently, Yale University and University of California, Berkeley, researchers decided to study whether it is possible to counteract our culture's undeniably negative view of aging, and in so doing improve health. 100 individuals ranging in age from 60 to 99 years were assigned to one of four groups: a group that experienced implicit positive aging stereotype intervention, a group that experienced explicit positive aging intervention, a group that experienced both implicit and explicit positive aging stereotype intervention, and for a control group. Now, this part of it is important. This part of it is important right here. Implicit positive aging stereotypes and explicit. This is important. Now, the stars of the study turned out to be the implicit positive age stereotype intervention group. That group, in 4 15-minute weekly sessions, unconsciously observed positive words connected to aging. Words like wise, creative, spry, and fit, connected to old and senior, were flashed on a laptop screen so briefly that while the subconscious mind registered them, the participant's slower operating conscious mind couldn't perceive the words. Follow-up testing showed that this implicit intervention significantly strengthened positive age stereotypes and self-perceptions of age. But even more impressive were physical changes. 1 week and 3 weeks after the final session, participants were given physical tasks, repeatedly standing up from a chair and sitting down, walking across a room, holding poses that challenged balance. The group that had experienced implicit positive messages showed significant improvement in their physical functioning compared to before the experiment began. In fact, they showed greater physical improvement than a group of similar aged adults who exercised for 4 months. Come on now. Those who participated in the explicit intervention that consisted of writing essays about positive, fit, energetic elders showed no improvement. So again, this shows y'all that sometimes we go about programming that subconscious mind wrong or reprogramming it. It's showing you right, it's telling you right here. Those who participated in the explicit intervention that consisted of writing essays. So you literally writing essays about positive, fit, energetic elders, they showed no improvement. And they were actually writing essays about the positivity, about positive people, about positive, fit, elderly people. So you would think this would help reprogram the subconscious mind. No, the subconscious mind was more reprogrammed when they flashed things across the screen in like 0.2 seconds that connected positive words with aging. That's when it affected people, because the subconscious mind picked up on that. So that's the best way to program or reprogram the subconscious mind. Think about that, man. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's how you really reprogram, man. If you got a laptop, you got a phone, man, put some positive images, positive words on that laptop, man. Let it flash across the screen. Things that resonate on that subconscious level. If you really want to reprogram that subconscious mind, that's how you do it. That's literally how you do it. But let me go back to it, man. Those who participated in the explicit intervention that consisted of writing essays about positive, fit, energetic elders showed no improvement. The results led Yale researcher Becca Levy to speculate that implicit messaging is an effective way to break through this culture's ubiquitous negative stereotypes about aging, beliefs that children as young as 3 or 4 have already absorbed. People encounter negative stereotypes through media, which we just talked about, media and marketing, and everyday conversation so often that they build up ways to hold on to them. Implicit interventions can bypass that, meaning it can tap into the subconscious mind. That's because subliminal messages reach the subconscious mind where negative programming about getting old is lodged alongside all the other negative messages absorbed in our youth. So you got to reprogram the subconscious mind with subliminal messages. It's got to be subliminal messages, man. So you ain't even got to intentionally reprogram the subconscious mind. You got to do it subliminally. DJ Elmo for sure. Imagery like that. Like, again, that's why sometimes, man, they practice is good when it comes to like the media, man. That's why they put certain images on in certain movies and certain TV, certain programs. So it's a lot of imagery. And when you start studying, not even Freemasonry, but Illuminati, like when people start studying the Illuminati and things like that, man, they operated using a lot of imagery. So that imagery resonates on the level that, like, consciously you may be just seeing black and white checkerboard, but subconsciously is resonating as something else. That's why they use a lot of that imagery. And sometimes certain colors can resonate a certain type of way to the subconscious mind. That's why they do all of these things, man. That's why you may be watching something, you be like, man, what they put that in there for? Like, why is this like that? It's because of the subliminal message that's being relayed to the subconscious mind. So that's how they get a lot of us, man. That's how they prey on that subconscious mind, man. They put a lot of that imagery. They put a lot of that imagery within the media, man. So you got to be mindful. You got to understand the imagery. You got to understand the signs and the symbols. Got to understand it. Because again, some of these things have a deeper meaning. And when you're not hip to the deeper meaning on a conscious level, the subconscious mind has picked up on it. And now it's impacting you. So that's why we say you got to be mindful of what you consume. You got to be mindful of what you consume, man, because again, from a subliminal level, and they tell you that back when they were studying music videos and they were studying songs like frequencies and they was playing songs backwards, and when you play the song backward, it had a totally different message than when the song was played forward. That's subliminal programming. So they may have given you a song. The song played forward saying one thing. You play the song backward, it has an entirely different meaning. And your subconscious mind had picked up on that entirely different meaning. Man, this stuff is powerful, man. This stuff is powerful. Y'all got to stop playing, man. Like, this stuff is real. It's an actual fact. They operate and they speak to us utilizing subliminal messages. It's all subliminal, man. That is literally how they control us, man, through subliminal messaging, because they understand that the subconscious mind is in control 95% of the time. So that's what they're going to program. They're not trying to program you on a conscious level. They're not going to do that. They trying to program you. They trying to hit you on a subconscious level. And we don't understand the subconscious world. We not tapped into that world. So they throwing us a lot of images, a lot of songs, a lot of frequencies, a lot of beats, and it's not resonating with us. We don't understand it. Subconscious mind picking right up on it. Picking right up on it. Picking right up on it for sure. Oh, mahogany. Western culture loves ignorance, loves savagery, loves destruction. All of that. It loves all of that. Just wickedness. Wickedness. Oh, mahogany for sure. For sure. My life at 23. My life in my 20s was crazy, man. So yeah, definitely at 30, man. I'm seeing the world a lot differently, and that's how it's supposed to go. But a lot of people regress. They go backwards. That is terrible. You're not supposed to be worse in your 30s or in your 40s than you were in your 20s. Like, that is traveling backwards, and that's not how we, like, mathematically, that's incorrect. But that's how a lot of people are moving. Body culinary most definitely, man. That music, man. You got to really watch that music. Got to really watch that music. And I'm talking about, you got to watch how it's affecting you on a subconscious level, man. You just got to watch it. Because, like, consciously, you may think you got, all right, nah, this ain't affecting me on a conscious level, man. But subconsciously, it's doing something to y'all. It's doing something to you. Righteous Reese, peace, what's going on? I Am Legend, for sure. For sure. Oh, Eli, you say, I just saw that. Have you spoke on habits and lifestyle as defined? And most definitely, I haven't spoken on them per se, but a lot of the habits that we possess revolve around that subconscious program. A lot of the habits that we possess revolves around that subconscious program. And a lot of things that we do that we consider habits revolve a lot around the subconscious program. A lot of people don't understand that. Body culinary. Yeah, you missed it earlier when I was reading. They say the subconscious mind runs the show 95% of the time. The conscious mind only 5%. So the subconscious mind got power 95% of the time. 95% of the time, man. That's why that programming is more important than anything. So we focus on things on the conscious level when we need to be focused on it on the subconscious level. Like that's literally what we need to be focusing on. How can I program or reprogram this subconscious mind? Forget that conscious mind, man. You got to reprogram that subconscious. That subconscious is going to impact the conscious. So you need to focus on the subconscious instead of focusing on the conscious. And that's where a lot of people make the mistake. That's where a lot of people make the mistake. They focusing on that conscious mind. How can I program myself on a conscious level? Nope. Incorrect. BJ Elmo, that's a good question. That's a good question. They could be in their subconscious mind. They could literally be unconscious where they're not conscious at all. Eli, you acting as my you asking is my impulse usually good? Lorenzo say the screen chopped and screwed out here, man. His screen chopped and screwed. Hold on now. Righteous reads, no doubt. I don't even think that is possible. I know that it's possible. Most of the stuff that's in the subconscious mind is from years ago. Akuma, you say what happens when the subconscious mind becomes fully conscious. So I'm going to interpret that by saying when you actually tap into the subconscious mind, that's when you become powerful. A lot of people like Einstein, a lot of people came up with some of their most powerful theories and things like that, game-changing theories when they tapped into the subconscious mind. So that's basically when the conscious and the subconscious meet, per se. So when you can get to that state where meditation is how you essentially get to that state, when you get to the state to where the conscious and the subconscious meet, and you tap into that subconscious mind on demand, because a lot of people can't do it on demand. A lot of times the subconscious mind speaks to us or through us through dreams. Excuse me. But a lot of times the subconscious mind speaks to us through dreams. So that's what tends to happen. So we're not intentionally tapping into that subconscious. But when you get to a point where you can intentionally tap into that subconscious, now you are becoming more powerful. So it's a lot of people, man, that have mastered the art of tapping into that subconscious mind at will. So when you need answers, man, when you got some things you're dealing with and you need answers, the best way to get the answers is to tap into that subconscious mind, man. You want to get into that fully relaxed state, which again called meditation. So you want to meditate, and sooner or later you're going to tap into the subconscious mind, man. It's going to speak to you using those symbols, using those signs, using those numbers and things of that nature, man. So you want to learn to tap into that subconscious mind. That's why relaxation is key. Learning how to relax, man, because that's how you tap into it. Hurts, what you say? You say I don't really get when you say consciously programming the mind is not as effective as doing it passively. Basically, what I mean by that, Hurts, what I mean by when you say consciously programming the mind is not as effective as doing it passively. Like when I read the study, because it ain't really something I said, it was the study that was done when they was actually writing about elderly people in a positive manner. It didn't necessarily change their reality. But when they were seeing things that were speaking to them on a subliminal level, when they just had positive words associated with aging, when those words flashed across the screen, it impacted them because it resonated deeply within the subconscious mind. It tapped into the subconscious. So a lot of times when we just thinking about things on a conscious level, or we just writing things out on that conscious level, since we haven't tapped into the subconscious mind is going to trump the conscious mind. So if we haven't tapped into the subconscious mind, basically reprogramming it to be more positive, then those old beliefs that we possess via the programming of the subconscious mind, they are going to trump what we try to do on a conscious level. because the subconscious mind has all the power. So if you're on a conscious level trying to think more positively, but subconsciously you'd have been told you worthless, you'd have been told that you powerless and things of that nature, that thought, those thoughts will prevail over what you're trying to do on a conscious level. So subconsciously, in order to tap into the subconscious, you got to do that in a passive manner. You got to do that basically in an unintentional manner, a subliminal manner. That's the best way to tap into that subconscious mind. Based on the science, based on the studies, that's the best way to do it. That's when things really resonate with the subconscious mind, when it's more so subliminal. Hence why they market and advertise the way that they do. They do it on a subliminal level. We looking at it, we seeing colors, we seeing certain images and signs, and we just writing them off. But subconsciously it's being registered as something totally different. And that's what happens a lot of times, man. So we're not even hip to things. Like consciously, we don't even be picking up on things that the subconscious picks up on. So that's why it's important. It's important. And they say when you do it on a passive level, meaning try to reprogram yourself on that passive level, it can bypass those negative perceptions or those negative beliefs that the subconscious mind held due to the programming of your past. So they say the only way to bypass it is to do that type of passive, like a passive practice like that mentioned in this book. That's literally the only way to do it. That's why you can see people that's battling a disease, battling an illness, and then they could just do all these affirmations and change the way that they eating, but they still succumb to the disease because that's subconscious mind, man. And that's why they say unresolved conflicts are one of the major causes of illnesses. You got to go resolve the conflicts. And they basically talking about the subconscious mind once again. It's things that you haven't dealt with that now your subconscious mind holds, and it's going to affect you in a negative manner in the future. So you got to deal with these issues, man. That's why it's important to deal with the conflicts from your past. Oh, body culinary for sure. For sure. Oh, Terenzo, yep. Everything is programming. That's why I be trying to tell all these groups, literally, everything is programming. And they want to act like it's not. Oh, Righteous Reese, for sure. A lot, like I said, a lot of people like trauma. One of the reasons why I say trauma has something to do with people not assessing their subconscious minds, because when you deal with that trauma, when you don't deal with that trauma, when you suppress that trauma, you run from yourself. And the only way to tap into that subconscious mind for real, you got to deal with yourself. You got to be able to sit in solitude. You got to isolate yourself. You got to isolate yourself. You got to sit in that relaxed state. You got to meditate. So if you got some trauma from your past that you're afraid to deal with, you're going to end up running from yourself, and you're not going to be able to sit with yourself. So you're not going to be able to get into that state where you're able to tap into that subconscious mind. Oh, mahogany for sure. I've been there, done that. When I'm fasting from that negative energy, man, it's just certain music that I may have been able to enjoy in the past, but I can't enjoy it now. Eli for sure, man. And I've been working on programming that subconscious mind for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been studying the subconscious mind, just neuroscience and all that for a little minute, man, just to see what needs to be done to program. Because again, like I said, just like everybody else, I believe I'll be dealing with a lot of stuff from the past. And again, our upbringing literally creates the person that we are today, man. So we got a lot of reprogramming to do. That's most of us, man. So I was just trying to do the knowledge on how to go about doing it correctly. And man, them subliminal messages, man, is important, man. You just got to surround yourself with certain images, man, to the point, you know how you just look at something and immediately it may not resonate as it may not resonate as anything, but subconsciously it's deep, you know. So that's, you got to surround yourself with stuff like that, to where you look at it like, boom, I looked at it, but consciously I ain't thinking much of it, but subconsciously that's like the greatest image you could have ever saw. Like that's how it is. That's how it is, man. Because y'all know how it is, man. Consciously, a lot of things don't register right away to it. Subconsciously, it picks it right up. That's why you can have, like with that example that I read in this book, They was just associating certain words with Asians and certain positive words like peace, old. Like when you see that on a conscious level, you just like peace and old. It ain't registering as nothing automatic, like, but subconsciously it's like, okay, peace, old. I get old peace. That is what is registering as subconsciously. But on a conscious level, you just see the word peace and old. It may take you a minute to like, because first you're gonna be trying to figure out why are you seeing that? Like you're gonna be trying to figure out what this means. Subconsciously, it already is registering as something instantly. So that's why that subliminal messaging is powerful in regards to the subconscious mind. Because consciously, we trying to figure out what is peace and old, what they got to do with anything. That's what we're gonna do on the conscious level. We're gonna be sitting there trying to think logically about it. Subconscious mind, like, nah, peace and old. Peace must be associated with old. There we go. So when I get old, it's peaceful. That's how the subconscious mind ain't playing around. See, we complicate things. Subconscious mind, like, all right, peace and old, boom, associated. We trying to figure it out. So we have spent a whole day like, man, I saw peace and old. I'm trying to figure out why I saw it. And I'm trying to figure out the correlation. What is that trying to tell me? Subconscious mind ain't got time for it. Subconscious mind, like, all right, peace and old together, we associate them. Peace and old, happy old. All right, we associate. We ain't got time to be trying to figure out what it means. We're gonna associate happy and old. See, on the conscious level, we're gonna cause conflict and confusion. We're gonna be trying to figure out the correlation. Happy old, like what they got to do with it? Why am I seeing it on my laptop screen? Subconsciously, nah, you got it. That subconscious mind, like, all right, cool, happy old, happy, cool, association. That's how the subconscious mind works. Oh, mahogany. Man, I'm glad you hold up. Glad you just said that. Glad you asked that question. Let me give you a jewel right quick before I gotta shut it down, because y'all already know I'm always on the go. But hold on. Let me give you a jewel right quick. You just asked the question, and we can go to the book and we can answer. Let me see where it's at right here. Let me go. Let me find it for you. Let me see. All right, mahogany, here you go. You say, how do you think feelings play into what's in your subconscious programming? Let me read it to you. In higher, more aware life forms, the brain developed a specialization that enabled the whole community to tune into the status of its regulatory signals. The evolution of the limbic system provided a unique mechanism that converted the chemical communication signals into sensations that could be experienced by all of the cells in the community. Our conscious mind experiences these signals as emotions. The conscious mind not only reads the flow of the cellular coordinating signals that comprise the body's mind, it can also generate emotions, which are manifested through the controlled release of regulatory signals by the nervous system. At the same time that I was studying the mechanics of the cell's brain and gaining insight into the operation of the human brain, Candace Pert was studying the human brain and becoming aware of the mechanics of the cell's brain. And it's a book he recommended, Molecules of Emotion. Pert revealed how her study of information processing receptors on nerve cell membranes led her to discover that the same neuroreceptors were present on most, if not all, of the body's cells. Her elegant experiments established that the mind was not focused in the head, but was distributed via signal molecules to the whole body. As importantly, her work emphasized that emotions were not only derived through a feedback of the body's environmental information. Through self-consciousness, the mind can use the brain to generate molecules of emotion and override the system. While proper use of consciousness can bring health to an ailing body, inappropriate unconscious control of emotions can easily make a healthy body diseased. So again, I'm gonna drop that one. Inappropriate unconscious control of emotions can make a healthy body diseased. Mahogany, there you go. There you go. Ms. Donnie, peace, what's happening? And Hurts, you say, but you would consciously have to create those conditions to passively reprogram your mind. A certain level of control has to be there. Hurts, that's what we're saying. We're not saying that the conscious mind has no role, but they saying the conscious mind has 5% of the power. The other 95% goes to the subconscious mind. So it talks about the effort. When they tell you when something becomes effortless, like, I'm trying to give an example in regards to how I can just make this clearer for you to understand. If you striving to reprogram the subconscious mind, the way to go about it is to if you study the Eastern practitioners, the Eastern philosophers back in the day, they tell you that utilizing effort is pointless. And Bruce Lee talks about effortless effort. So again, you just utilizing that effort creates conflict, creates tension. So things should be effortless. And when it comes to reprogramming the subconscious mind, that's basically what we mean. Yes, there is going to be some form of conscious control behind it, but the way that you want to go about programming is to not speak to yourself every day in a conscious manner, because you see it all the time. It's a lot of people that do this. A lot of people that say a lot of positive things about themselves, but their condition doesn't change. The way to go about programming it is for it to seem like it's effortless. So again, place those images around you. Don't just try to sit down and write a bunch of positive affirmations down on a paper. Just surround yourself with positive images so that you see something, boom, subconsciously you register it automatically. So you see another image to the right of you, boom, your subconscious picks up on it automatically. Yeah, you consciously put these pictures there, but again, the way that you're going about programming it is a subliminal manner, instead of you trying to sit down and reprogram the subconscious mind by writing things down, by constantly speaking to yourself. You want to tap into it subliminally. Put them images around you. Put them images around you. Yeah, you got to consciously put the images around you, but the way that those images going to resonate is going to be of a subconscious manner and a subconscious nature. Because some days you may walk past those images, you may just look at them, but consciously it may not register as something immediately, but subconsciously it's affecting you, whether you want to acknowledge it consciously or not. And that's basically what we mean. That's what we mean by that. So you want to tap into that subconscious, man, because a lot of the things that you do right now have a lot to do with your subconscious programming. It has a lot to do with your subconscious programming. So you want to tap into that subconscious mind in an effortless, in an effortless nature per se. Ms. Donnie, for sure, for sure. And I really could break it down. I really could break it down a lot deeper, man, because I've been studying subconscious mind for a minute, but I ain't really got time, man. But I be trying to make that make sense, man. But it's all about, like, even when they teach, man, because I'm telling y'all, I didn't dealt with, even when they teach you how to speak, like speed reading, that's one of the jewels about speed reading. They tell you when you speed read, they say one of the ways to better comprehend something is to not try to read each word at a time. They tell you to speed read, basically. You skipping the words that don't mean much. And they say consciously, you may not comprehend what you read right away, but subconsciously, your brain, your mind is picking up on what it is that you see. So a lot of times when you try to read, a lot of people be focused on reading every word. Every word. That's not the best way to go about comprehending, man. You literally skip the unimportant words and focus on the words that are important. Like literally, when you read, when you do the knowledge of speed reading, you're going to see how powerful the subconscious mind is, because that's literally what they teaching you in regards to speed reading. They telling you basically to just look. To just look. Don't even verbalize. They tell you don't, and they tell you that too. They say don't verbalize the word, don't read aloud, and don't read the word inside your head. Just look. Just look at the words. And they tell you just by looking at the word is going to register on a subconscious level. That's basically what they telling you. But when you make the conscious effort to try to like memorize things, like when you read word for word and you try to force yourself to comprehend what you just read, like that's effort. Do it effortlessly and watch how it resonates. Watch how it resonates. When you do it effortlessly, man, just look at the pages, man. Just look at not the pages, but look at the words. Boom. That's speed reading for you, man. They just gonna tell you, boom, look at the words. Don't try to verbalize them in your head. Don't read aloud, man. Just look at the words. Boom. I guarantee you, you're gonna remember a lot more. You're gonna comprehend a lot more. And that's the science behind the subconscious mind, man. That's the science behind memorization and things of that nature. That's how I memorized a lot. That's how I memorized a lot back in the day. People was asking me how I got through school. That's literally what I was doing. That's literally how I was doing it, man. When I learned that jewel, man, a lot of people ask me, how do you memorize things? How do you read so many books? Woo, woo, woo. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, man. Don't be trying to read every word on the page. Don't do that. Some words are meaningless. Some words are meaningless, man. But man, like I said, man, I'm a dig deeper into that for my man's Herc though. I'm gonna do another joint for my man Hirsch though. Like I said, man, I could definitely break down the subconscious and the conscious. I could break that down because I done been studying that for a minute. You definitely break it down for sure. But y'all know I gotta make my moves, man. I gotta get to this gym. I got sessions and all that good stuff, man. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all for sure tomorrow. We may have to have a part 2 of this, man, because I definitely want to break some things down and clarify some things for my man Hirsch. Definitely want to do it, man, because my brother got some questions and some good questions at that. I could definitely break down if I had a little bit more time and give some more examples and things of that nature, man. So I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all be easy out here. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Monday evening. I'm out. Appreciate all the comments, man. Appreciate the positivity. It's always a positive experience, a positive stream. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.